What's this? It's famous Chinese basketball player Yao Ming advertising for VIPABC.com, a software package, an online support system for Chinese language learning. Now, the English teachers from abroad will be online to help Chinese learn English, so it takes the physicality of a teacher being in China away from there. And people ask, well, why do Chinese continue to learn English? And it's because, of course, English is a world reserve language, as the dollar is a world reserve currency. Most Chinese that you meet will jump at the chance to work abroad and get a different passport and turn their back on China and never look back. They really, when it comes to advancing themselves and when it comes to the chance to get out of here, they get out of here. And I would say probably 3/4 of the Chinese population would love nothing more to get a foreign passport and never look back. So what does this all mean? Well, it simply means this, that the Chinese are not only learning English for their careers and their schooling domestically and in Asia, but also in your country. That's right. Chinese coming to your country with English ability and skills that will match yours or surpass yours, and they are willing to work for less. They are willing to put up with more, as you know. They simply are able to do as they're told and not form labor unions and not take the benefits and the entitlements that people in the Western world is. So this has all been arranged, and if you look at the agreements between your nation and China, trade agreements and things like that, you'll see that it's about cheap labor, cheap skilled labor, not the manufacturing type that has been around for the past several decades, but the new cheap labor, a Chinese national who is not a citizen of your country working in your country and taking your job. So basically, for the past decade or so, these companies have been promising Chinese a better life through learning English. Now, whether that's the case or not, I do not think so, just based on what I've seen. However, there is some correlation. How long do you think it will be before you see VIP Mandarin in your country and these type of schools promising you a better lifestyle by learning Chinese? So let's take a look and see, does learning a foreign language actually help you in your career and in your social situations? Now, what's in a foreign language? Is it worth it? There's been several studies that have been done on foreign languages, and the study done by MIT economist has concluded that there's on average about a 2% premium. Of the different languages, just 1.5% growth for Spanish, 2.3% for French, and 3.8% for German. German now is on the rise for sure, as you can see in this graph. And when we look at global language surveys, we can also see that among the nations that have very high proficiencies in foreign languages, Sweden, Norway, Netherlands, Estonia, Denmark, Austria, Finland. As you can see in this chart, the United States is nowhere listed, and that's to be expected. Now, in most of these articles, it asks why do languages offer such different returns based on which language it is you're learning? And that's easy. As we know, English is a world reserve language simply because of the business factor, and 20th century most of the wealth of the world and GDP activity was focused in the West. And that goes back even further than that when you go back to look at the British Empire, with the sun never setting on the British Empire. So language like English spread because of that fact. And if you want to boost your salary, try learning German, because that's a fast riser. And that has to do, of course, with the German influence in economies around the world and being an engineering superpower. And basically, if you know English or if you know German, you're going to be okay in Europe as a whole, being able to get by and to thrive in those environments. Now, countries with better English have better economics. Like I said, being the world reserve language and the world reserve currency being the US dollar, this has that correlation. That's what it is. And we can see in this that we can see gross national income per capita, and we can see that the countries that have high language skills, in general, the incomes are better. Now, what does that say about learning Mandarin? Do multilingual individuals earn more money? Yes, up to this point, if they are learning English as their second language. So far, learning Mandarin has not gained any improvement overall for individuals learning it as a second language. Unless you're like myself and you live in China, then it can have a more dramatic effect on your career. But up until this point, it hasn't really been beneficial to learn Mandarin when you consider the time, the energy, and the potential gains from learning that language. It just doesn't add up. Now, that's not to say that someday it may or may not add up, but as of right now, it's not looking like it's so. So for the next generation, will learning a foreign language help them to succeed in Asia if they learn Mandarin or another language that may be prevalent? That's yet to be seen, and it has a lot to do with what's going to happen with world reserve currency. Will it be a basket of currencies? Will it be a new currency? Will it be SDRs? Who knows? But English is still considered to be the #1 language when people are looking at potential gains.